Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic 2018, and hopefully not too long a video. I'm just going to do a one-off. What am I going to call these videos? I'm going to call them showcases. Car Mechanic showcases. So this is the 2018 game, not the 2021 game. There's not a lot of differences between the new one, but I didn't get that one yet. But still been enjoying 2018. So we're going to do for this video the DLC car. It's the Porsche Carrera GT. Now I've wanted to do a few Porsches in this game and really haven't found very many coming up, and this is the first time the GT Carrera came up, so we're actually going to get this car back to mint condition. So take off the wheels, and we'll do the other side. So yeah, it looks like the original colour is white. Whether I'm going to keep it white, I don't know. Could go with black or some sort of navy blue or something. Now the only thing I like to do with my cars, because this game doesn't track the wheel sizes, is to often do the wheels first, because I use the sort of trash all option for anything that's not mint condition. So what we need to do first is pull these wheels apart. Let's just have a look if they're all the same size. Often on these sports cars you get a bigger size. So they're 265 35s, which will be the front, and they're 335s 30 at the back. So yeah, bigger tyres at the back than the front. So we can't refurbish the tyres, so they get binned. But before we bin them, we'll want to know the sizes and buy the new ones. Also, the rims, any of the, well, not any of the parts, most of the parts can be repaired if they're 15% or above in this game. So we'll have a look at the rims condition. Usually you'll get about half of the rims repaired, sometimes all of them if you're lucky, and then I'll buy whatever I still require. But like, if you examine the car, it tells you all the parts and stuff, but it doesn't do the tires, so that's why I always do it this way. So here we go, we've got 19, 23, 28, 30, so they all could be repaired. Let's see if we can do them without breaking them. We got very lucky there, got all 4 rims. So I've got all the rims back. So what I'll do now is I'll buy the tyres while I've got the old ones, because often what I do sell parts when I strip everything off the car and like sell everything at like 95% or whatever. But if I do that, it sells the tyres, and if you haven't written it down, the sizes, then often later you're thinking, oh, what size was that tyre again? So we want race tyres. They're all well, no, they're not, they're different rims. They're 19s at the fronts. We've got 20 rims at the back and 19s at the front. So let's do the backs first. We want 20-inch wheels. 335 30s. See if I can remember that. My memory is terrible. 335 30s at 20 race tyre. Let's get the tablet open. So we want a race tyre. We want 2. and we'll want 20-inch, and we want 335. I've forgotten the profile. And this doesn't say. I think they were 30s. And I knew my memory wasn't going to hold out. Yeah, they were 30s. Had it right anyway. Just doubting myself. You know how it is. Right, so 2 20-inch 335s. 30s. And yeah, 2,300. Bosh. Okay, now we've got those. We will get the front tyres. Now the front tyres want to be 19s, and they're 265/35. 265/35. 265/35. And they want to be 19s. Oh, let's reset that. 265/35. We go 265/35 19s. 1,700. Bosh. Right, now we've done those. That's cool. We can go and put those on the rims now that we've done them. So this is the 20. So we'll just waz these on. And while we're doing that, we can throw on the tyre balance. Oh, you know what I did? I put the same tyre back on and took it off. What a mistake in a maker! It's rushing it. Right, that one. Okay, just make sure I'm putting on the new tyres, not the old ones. Right, now we should have a tyre to balance. Yeah, you can't actually fit the wheels onto the car unless they're balanced. So if you're ever trying to put them on the car, I think, oh, why won't it go on? It's because you haven't balanced them. Okay, so they're the 265/35. That off. Balance that one. Back one and the back one. So the Porsche engines and the DLC are quite different from the other cars. That's why I quite enjoy them in this game. They're quite unique cars to do the way they're put together. Take like one more to do. Right, while that does its thing, then we can start pulling off. So the way I do my cars is I've already done the bodywork. Did that off camera before I got in game. You just bring the machine over and zap it, and it does the bodywork back to original. But now basically I'll strip off all the brakes and the suspension items. Need to get this little wheel hub bearing out. And then I'll repair, once I've got all the suspension stuff off the car. You can't repair rubber bushings, and certain suspension items can't be repaired. but about 80% is repairable. Let's take off the exhaust. We'll do the gearbox and stuff later. Let's come around here. So yeah, once I've stripped the car of all its underbody items, we will repair what we can and then put it all back on new. Click the wrong thing there. Come on. And then obviously purchase anything we're missing. Quite a lot of these repair cars, you'll probably find at least half of the suspension stuff is below the 15%, so it's not repairable. And once I've done all the suspension, we then do the engine and the bodywork. Some people do the bodywork earlier, but I quite like leaving it till the end, having the car come back to life. Now the suspension stuff on the Porsche and the DLCs aren't tremendously different from the other cars you find in the game. What is different is the engine. Can often be quite unique. I've done a 911 in this game. That's quite fun. 911 GT. Right. Then we need to take all these rubber bushings out before we can take the crossbeam out. Take the fuel tanks out now. Radiator needs to be done later. Let's get the rubber bushing from this side. Well, all this has got to come off, so it doesn't really matter. Let's start the outside, do it properly. Caliper, brake pads, wheel caps, disc, wheel hub. Knuckle cover. We can get these suspension arms out. Yeah, the engine could be a bit tricky, so I don't know how quite long the video will be. So I'm pretty used to doing the cars now though. Right, I think that's all the suspension stuff out. It's just the radiator I need to do with the car lower down and the engine. We can do, right, let's repair all this. Good. I don't think that broke anything, but there'll be bits that we didn't. The inventory can get. Have I got exhaust now? So what I'll do now, let's just go to the inventory. Let's sell everything that's not perfect. So clear up some space. I'll get rid of all the old rubber bushings and inner and outer tie rods and stuff that won't work. Now before I take the engine out, the gearbox has got to come off, so I've got an exhaust section there. Clutch cover V10. I don't think I've done one of these before. Just take that off, then that engine should be ready to come out. Let's bring the car down. Let's send this to bay 1. Yeah. Okay, now if we do this and say pull out the engine. I kind of wish they graphically had it sort of hanging on the, but it's out, and then we put it onto here. Right, now this radiator says you've got to do it from the engine bay, so it's a bit, it's weird, and it's at the front. I can't do it when it's raised up there. Accessible from engine bay. Just one sec, I need to check something. Sorry about that, I thought somebody's knocking on my door. Right, yeah, well, we'll work that out in a sec, that can come out later. Right, so the engine's out. I think everything was stripped out of the car. Let's just have a look. Make sure nothing's attached. Frame condition and interior 100%, everything's off, apart from the radiator. Good, right. Let's put it back up. I'll sort that radiator out in a sec. Probably when we put the engine in we can sort it out. Right, so basically we want to put stuff back now. Got the bodywork. Let's go into the... Okay, so rear axle knuckle D. Right, now we're going to need 2 of those because I've only got 1. Rear axle knuckle D, wasn't it? So we need 1 of those. I'm going to buy some of these just in case I need them. Right. Okay, covers we've got 2 of, so we're fine. Rear wheel hubs. 2, that's fine. And discs, we might need some discs. I've got pads and calipers. Okay, wheel bearing. And yeah, we won't be able to actually put in the drive shaft until the gearbox is back in. So we'll have to remember to do that later. Let's get the suspension back in. Top and bottom. Now I don't know if I did have some of these done. I generally like to do batches of 6 or 8 of these because they're a bit of a pain. You have to do them on the separate machine to pull them apart, so when I run out I make like 6 or 8 at a time as a batch so that I've always got them. Right, let's put this knuckle housing in. The cover. Wheel hub. Screw that back in. The bearing can go back in. The disc we've got. The pads and caliber. Yes, and both the suspension arms on this side. tend to stock up on bushings. We're going to need some more though, I think. On the front you tend to use about 15 to 20 per car if you're doing it from scratch. Okay, double rear. Right, now I don't know if we fixed any of this stuff. Oh, we've got one in stock, quality 5, performance. Right, so I'm going to use performance mods on this build because it's a sports car. So in the engine we're going to use all the performance parts that we can. Middle exhaust section Carrera GT. Okay, so that didn't get repaired. Why didn't it get fixed? Sorry, scrapped. I think we took it off afterwards, didn't we? It was still... middle exhaust, front exhaust. Oh, I've got some of these ready to go. That's nice. And those are performance ones, so I just need middle exhaust Carrera GT. So let's go to the performance parts. Middle exhaust. And if it's a performance one, it's this Carrera GT. 800 smackaroonies. Let's put that in. I did put the right one in, didn't I? Ooh, there's 2 of them. Oh, of course. Okay, so we need another one. Okay, so those exhausts are in. We've got a battery to do. Can't remember if I took this out already. Let's have a look if there's a battery charging. There is. We'll take that. I think I need to lower the car to put the battery in though. So I can do that later. So I don't... If it goes in, we'll put it in. Ooh. Yeah, that's engine. Because this game has certain things you have to do when the car's fully up on its top level, and other times it has to be lower down. So you're always putting the car up and down. Okay, let's get some of this front suspension on. And there'll be extra things we didn't take out that were just not there or missing. So these are knuckle Bs. Covers. Front wheel hub. Right, we've only got one of those, so we're going to need another one of those. Let's get that. Front wheel hub. Front wheel hub. Oh, I've put it on, haven't I? What I bought was for the other side. Right, we need some ventilated discs. Vent disc. We need 2 of those then. Okay. Brake pad on. Calipers, we've got just enough for this build. And the bearing, let's get that in. Add a cap. So we don't have a drive shaft at the front. Let's get the upper suspension on. Right, rubber bushings, we are out. So I usually buy the maximum, which is 20 rubber bush. So I've always got some usually around. I don't know why it's only 20 you're allowed to buy at a time. We'll just go back in and buy another 20, but this game does moan a bit if you've got too much in your inventory. It's laggy. Okay. Let's get the upper suspension on, and let's do the lower one. Oh, I've got to have the cross member in for it to show up. crossmember B, we fixed that. Right, now that that's there, we can put the lower one and attach it. Double wishbone shock. We've got one. I'm going to have to get another one. Darn it. Okay. So yeah, these sway bars often don't get repaired, and also the tie rods are never repaired. So we need end link Bs. Just call sway. Just put sway and you'll get the two of those. Okay, let's put that in. Connects up to the suspension. Okay, then we're going to need these rubber bushings in the cross beam. I'll try and do them all before I forget. Usually there's two items in this game that you easily forget on a rebuild, and that is rubber bushings and the clips that are on your starter motors and stuff. Right, knuckle bees. So whenever you're doing those, just try and make sure you put all the rubber bushings and clips in. Otherwise you'll forget. Got one more caliper. Set. That's in. And then we can put the bearing in and the cap. Let's get this lower suspension in and upper. Lovely. Now I don't have one of these to go. These don't get repaired as well, so even when you pull them apart you can't repair springs or suspension, so you always have to buy those new. Right, steering rack we've got to buy. Steer, there's the rack there, that's always 800. And then once you put that in, the inner and outer tie rods can go on. So again, I usually, a bit like the bushings, I tend to buy up some stock of those, because you always need them. So often when you need one or two, just buy like 8 or 10. I'm obviously low on stock because these are the last ones. I have actually got enough for this car, so that's good. Once that's all connected properly, then the wheel lights up. You know you've got it right there. Now I need to do this fuel tank, but that's not prepared, so let's get a new fuel tank. Now when you put a fuel tank in, always remember that there's the fuel, is it a filter? What's it called? There's always a fuel pump that goes in every fuel tank. There's a few fuel tank Bs that don't have them, but yeah, they're always in the fuel tank. So we're going to put performance one in because we're doing performance parts. You don't get performance suspension or whatever, but for some of the pumps, exhausts, engine parts, we'll be putting all the performance stuff on. Radiator A's, I don't know if I've got stock of those. I'll get some radiator A's. Gonna need 2 of those at least. I need to do that when the car's lower down though. Right, so both wheels are lit up, so we know we've done that right. We've got to get all these air filter bases and 10s. Now I don't know if the bases are performant. The filters themselves, air filter. I think it's just the filters themselves that are performance. You don't get bases and stuff, they're all air filter base, and we need the Porsche which one was it? Let's have a look. Air filter base V10s they're called. Maybe they're not the Porsche ones then that I've used. I'm going blind. Here we go. So we need 2 of those. It's only 24 bucks. It's not a problem. Now, I don't think they can be fitted from this location. No, engine. Right, and the other stuff in the engine will be done like these things here, the brake servos. And that's a radiator A, so we'll fix that or buy another one. Right, I should actually be able to get the wheels on then. Oh, I won't be able to put the wheels on at the back because we don't have the... Right, now I need to put the right size tyres on the front, the 265s. But we'll do that now. I probably would advise you maybe not to do... Why is that only listing... Oh, I've left it, I'll tell you why. Left it, it's over here still, isn't it? I'd probably advise you not to put the tyres back on if you're new to the game, because usually if you miss something with the suspension, you might have to take them off again. So I'm going to almost break my own rule here. 265, yeah. Put them on in the hope that the engine stuff, except you don't need to take the wheels off of that. It's really only suspend. But if you miss rubber bushing, sometimes you'll have to take the wheel off again. So I think that's all the exhaust stuff, wasn't it? Right. So what I do need to do is this this suspension. So let's pull apart the one that I've got. These things. Because I can sell these for scrap. They're not really worth much, but I've obviously stored up quite a few. And 4 from this car. Because when I do that sell all thing, it doesn't do connected stuff like the suspension. Let's pull that apart. So once you split it to like that, then if I go to sell all the parts at less percentage, it will sell them. Right, I need to get, I think we just need, it's a double wishbone, and it's not rear, so it'll be the front. Now I might have springs and caps. Let's just see if I can build one off there. Double wishbone shock. Got a spring, and again these are things a bit like the bushings that I would advise buying in small batches. Once it highlights, you can take it. Right, we should be able to put this in here now. Got 2. Did I not do the other side? Have we got the sway bar in? Yeah, we have. Sway bar's in, the end link's in, and that suspension's in. Right, so let's just get rid of the trash. I use 95%, you could do 99 or some whatever percentage you want to do. Right, so we've got some engine bay stuff to do, and obviously all the body parts, but I think now we should work on the engine. And unfortunately, it looks like there's quite a bit we've got to strip off this. So it's going to take a while. Engines can be a bit fiddly. And although I can fix a lot of the engine parts because we're doing performance parts, a lot of this, even if we repair it, we're not going to fit back on, because you never get performance parts in the barn finds or the junkyards. We use standard parts. So if you want to fit the got a lot of stuff to take out here. Let's get these pulleys off. And the timing covers. This must have been a barn find actually, this one. Again, a bit like the suspension, I will repair everything, because even if I don't use it on the engine, I will sell it or use it for another car. Water pump. Quite unique these. Let's take the heads off. Do the other side. V10 engine. Oh, I've got to take this out first. Take the cap off. Would help. And again, once you play this game a lot, again, there's certain things in engines, no matter its condition, that you won't be able to repair. Things like the pistons and the rings, which all kind of make sense, they wouldn't be repairable things. It's all part of the block. I'm going to swish, is that a word? Swizz the engine that way round. It hasn't got a pan on it, is it? But oh, that is an oil pan. It's a very weird looking oil pan. Right, unfortunately I've got to take all these off because the engine's pretty intact. So before we can get that camshaft out, I've got to take off all these rod caps. Then we can take out the pistons and then the camshaft. So this is 10 pistons, there'll be 10 rod caps required. And then I need to take off these crankshaft bearing caps as well, otherwise the crankshaft's not going to come out. Sorry, I said camshaft. I get my camshafts and my crankshafts mixed up. I do actually know the difference, but they just take these pistons out. And a bit like the suspension, what I'll do is I'll repair everything, which we'll do in a sec, and then I will sell everything under 95%. I'm doing a complete rebuild. Anything back to brand new. Performance mods. Right, now that can come out. And I think the engine block, yeah. So once you've got that all stripped down, we will go and repair it all. Repair what we can. Things like obviously the caps and stuff won't be performance, so probably about half of this we will use back on the engine. Something broke. The engine heads, engine blocks you don't get performance, but engine heads and that we can get performance ones on. So now we need to build ourselves a new engine, a new V10 engine for our Carrera. So let's put the engine block back in. I will still work with it upside down for now till you've done. I tend to do the engines with it underneath the crankshafts and the oil pads, and then I flip the engine back. Crankshaft V10, so I'm pretty sure crankshafts aren't performance. Camshafts are, but not cranks in this game. Yeah, nothing in. Just double check. Right, so crankshaft, and we need a V10. That one, Porsche V10. 272. Right, before I do this, let's go and sell all our rubbish. Make space. So again, everything we fixed, we've already fixed, and everything we can't, we're not going to use. So I'll sell all that. Now let me just check normally it's standard pistons, but let's just piston and conrod, yeah. So we can get performance pistons with conrods, so we want 10 of these. And the springs we will want from so not springs, are they? They're called coils. So rings, they're called rings. Piston rings. Okay. So once we've done that, we can put all these in. Yeah, so once we get all the performance parts in, it sort of makes the engine about 50% more oomph than the standard. Do that. Okay, now we've got to do the crankshaft bearing caps. I don't know how many of these survive. Oh, we've got enough. That's good. So yeah, I do like buying some stuff in batches. I mean, obviously, once you get your repair skills up to maximum, if it's above 15%, there's a good chance you're going to repair the item anyway. So that's those in. Now rod caps we might be short of, I don't know. Let's see how far, if we've got enough. It's looking positive. Okay. Very nice. Good job. 4 more. Well, I have actually got enough. So they might have all repaired actually, but I usually have some stock of them. Less trips you have to do to the tablet, the quicker. The oil pan V10. Right, I'm pretty sure they're not performance, but because this is a Porsche, I'm just going to double check. Oil, yeah, there's no... You can't have a performance oil pan, can you? Oil pan. V10. Here we go, this one, Porsche one, 187 bucks. Let's get that. So it can hold all that lovely oil. Right, we can put the filter on, V10. I haven't got one of those, so I need to buy that. Oil, filter, V10. What colour is it? Brown. Okay. Right, power steering pump 14B. Now this we might get performance on. Power steering. There we go. 14B 255. Let's get performance. One of those put on. They always have some sexy silver and red shininess going on. And we've got a water pump. Now water pumps are never performance. So I can now put that on. Right, I'm probably going to be short of. Let's do alternators. I've got performance ones in stock. 1.5% boost. So let's put that on. Water pump V10. Water pump pulley, isn't it? But it's the V10 one with the Porsche logo. Okay, right, I think I'll flip the engine now, it'll be a bit easier, so let's just click on, not on the engine knob, on the frame. Lovely. That's how I talk to all my staff. No, not that, you knob. Put it on correctly. Right, engine head V10s. So there's a B and an A. We've got repaired ones, but I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. In engine head, we'll get performance ones. So we want V10. Now they don't use Porsche symbols. I don't think they use these performance makes. I could just engine head V10. So it's these two ones from Octarian. That one and this one. 1,800 bucks each. Wow. Yep. Too many screws. Some have more than that for engine heads. Sometimes you've got to do like 12. Right, now the engine heads are in. We can put camshaft V10s in. Now I want to put performance ones in. I've got one in stock, but we're going to need 3 others. Camshaft V10s. V12s, V10s. There we go. 3 of those. 1,300 bucks. Wow. This is why this car's expensive. Okay, let's get the other 2 in. Make sure we're using the performance ones. Okay, camshaft cap V12. Ah, I don't have any of those. And how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 16 of those. Oh, it's annoying. Camshaft caps V12. V12, V10. Camshaft cap Oops. Here we are, camshaft cap V12 V10s. Right, 16 of these bad boys. 500 bucks just for some caps. Let's get them in. Don't want these camshafts flying out, do we? I've got to do the spark plugs. Now those we can get performance ones of. I don't think I've got any stock performance ones, so I'm going to need 10 of those. Back here. Spark. So let's get 10 of those. Lovely. We can put them in now so we don't forget. Is that the other side, or is that the... I haven't done this side. So many of these. Okay, and just the last one of these. And let's get the spark plugs in. Oh, that's the wrong one, you numpty. So I can't come to here now, take it out. Sitting at the front of the options. Okay, so the sparks in. Right, I've got a... It's a bit weird, why isn't there? Cam gear AV10. Oh, that'll be normal. Got a good one there. Do we not have... strange, normally you get... I've got one model further down. Okay, timing chains. I'm going to need timing chain V10. These aren't performance, so timing chain V10. I'm going to buy a shoe just in case we didn't repair it. It's only 35 bucks. Okay, we've got to use 2 of these. So we need another. I might need more shoes. I think we only took off 2. So I'm pretty sure we don't have... Oh, we need 3 more. Plus the one I already bought, so... Hold those belts in position. Oh, there is a cam gear now that's appeared at the top. Right, timing cover we repaired. Right, what's this? Cam gear B. 2 of those. Actually, is it 2 or is it 4? Oh, I need 2 A's and 2 B's on this side. Wow. Okay. Cam gear. Two of those. And B's. 2 of those. Might have had one. Crankshaft pulley. I've got idle roller bees. Those are another thing worth buying batches of. And we've got a belt here. Stock of those. And another one. And some more rollers. Okay, and then we've got engine head covers. A and B. Engine head covers, A and B. Engine head cover. These won't be performance, they're just a cover. So, are they the red ones or... Let's have a look. They actually use Porsche ones. It's not that, is it? It's that. That's a B. And then I need the A. There we go. That one. B one. If you do forget to do the sparks, they still allow you to do them through the gap. Right, now ignition coils we can get performance ones for, so let's do them there. Ignition. So I think I need 10 of those. I've gone and put in the non-ones again. Okay, fuel filter performance, I can go in. Right, these exhaust manifolds, that's already a performance one we've got in stock. I think probably sometimes I purchase things by mistake, or we sometimes find them in crates. Get some of these items for free in the barns. With a crate. Okay, so we are going to need one on this side, aren't we? It's just an exhaust manifold V10. Exhaust man. The V10. What's that? It's not an A. It's just a V10 one. So, quite a few bolts for this. Great, they're on. So then we need an intake manifold. Now there might be performance ones for those. Let me check. Intake man. Yeah. So is there a V10? Sometimes there's these, sometimes there aren't. Let's have a look. What's it actually called? Intake manifold V10. Sometimes there's performance ones of these, as you can see, but not everything has one. But we do. $600. A nice shiny metal. Beautiful. Right, what we want to do now is put on throttles. I repaired those, but those I think we get performance ones off. Throttle. If I spelt it wrong, throttles. That's the V10, V12. It's these. I think we need 2 of them. So you've got options. You can either just sell the normal ones you've taken off. I mean, I've got enough money in the game, it doesn't really bother what I do, but you can either just sell the basic ones using these or just keep them for different builds. I generally tend to do all my sort of performance cars with performance parts, and the standard older classic cars I tend to not bother with, even though you can if you want. Fuel rails, V10s. Right, I've got a performance one there, but we're going to need a new one. Fuel rail, that's not how you spell it. I think it was just V10, wasn't it? It wasn't an A or B, so it's that one. Okay. Once we've got those in, I'm not sure, some engines will have the cables and others are air filter base V10. That's right, these were the things that I bought earlier. Right, air filter V10s. Now these you can get normal performance, but we're going with performance ones, so we want these long ones, 2 of those. Okie dory, let's pop them in. Okay, and then we need a cover, air filter cover V10, 2 of those. That's not going to be there though. Air filter cover V10. There we go. 2 of those. I'm getting a discount on the items I bought with the skills, so I'm not paying full price on items anyway. I think we get about 15-20% off. Right, now there wasn't an ignition. Let's do this. The clutch. Now this will have performance parts, so back to here. Clutch. No, not cluth. Clutch. The V10 one. Okay. Clutch cover V10. Now that will be normal. And that could be it. Could be it. Normally often you get cables, and some of the engines you don't. We've got all the fuel filter. Don't see any highlighted areas. I've forgotten. We've got the fuel rails in, we've got the sparks in, the coils in, but sometimes you get just have a look, called ignition wires. So you get, let's just see if there was a V10A V8. V10B. Don't see a straight V10. We put there's normally ignition. Well, we put that was in the fuel tank. Often you do have these distributors and stuff, but I don't see any. Let's just do one more check. Don't see anything highlighted. So no, I think we're good. I think that's done. I'm not sure I've done this engine before. This might be the first time I've done this V10 engine. Why is it not letting me grab the engine? I'm having a brain moment here. Do I have to do the stand, don't I? No, I don't. Yes, I do. Take it off the crane and put it on here. What? Oh, that's because I think I've got the car too high. There we go. Install. So here we can check. We didn't have to use any clips. Let's just make sure everything's 100%. It is. Good. Install that engine back in. Right, we can get rid of that for the moment. Right, so we'll need to connect up the gearbox and the stuff. But while we're in the engine, let's do these things here. The brake servo. We need to put in ABS pumps and modules. We've done the battery. There'll be a starter motor, but we can only put that on once we've done the gearbox. Can I do these radiators? Normally you can click them. Right. Right, put that in. Put that in. So we're in the right zone. I've got to switch mode. I've got one to put in anyway, so that's good. That's all the radiators. Oh, hang on, we've got to do fan housings. Fan housing Bs. And 2 of those. I think I need some of these. Can't remember which, they're not much money, so we'll just buy a stack of them. They're a bit like brake pads, they fit together. Okay, so that's done. So now that we've done that, we should be able to lift the car and do the gearbox. A little bit longer than I thought I might. But we've still got to do the body parts. It'll take long to do the gearbox. If I can get off. Once you get on the frame, you've got to click up. You've got to move away from the car. Right. Try to do this bit, not the bodywork. Gearbox V10. Right. So this we can get a performance gearbox from here. V10. It's that one, isn't it? It's that shape. 2.5 grand, no problem. And that's the performance one. Right, once we've done that, we need a starter, which we haven't got, so we'll buy one. They only have these V10s, that's not there. This is another thing that I would buy several of. I tend to buy, 4 or 5 each, so you've got some of them because you're always needing them. Often that's a bit like the clips and stuff, you can often forget to put the starters back. Right, let's put these rear drive axles in, and once we do that, the wheel option comes up. Put the back wheels on. It's beautiful, coming together. Right, I need to get around to the other side of the car. Come on, let's get this axle in. And this back wheel in. Starts to come together and start to look like a proper car again once you get the wheels on. Now let's just, I don't think I've forgotten anything here. One way to check, we're not quite there. So global parts are 100% now. Let's just run down here, make sure you've not left anything on that's whatever, and the rest of the stuff is all bodywork. Shouldn't take me too long to do. The car's value is already £250,000. I can't remember what I paid for this car. I think if it was a barn find, we probably paid 60 or 70 or something for it. You'll pay less if you get them in the junkyards, but I don't think I found this in the junkyard for whatever reason. Right, I was getting the 911s showing up, but not the thing. Now I've repaired some bodywork, so I don't know. We'll just put on what we've got, if any. And we'll have to buy. So I've got the bumper. I've got lights. No. Okay, so let's bring up the, so what we need to do is go to the body shop and put in Porsche. That's not spelt right. I've got no R in there, have I? Porsche. S, I mean. Porsche. But I don't want the 911, we want, what's the version we're doing? It's not the, I've done the America, RS America. We're doing the Carrera GT, aren't we? Oh, keeps on taking it out. Just want to filter it better. Sure, it's that. Looks about right. Okay, so we want some backlights, left and right. We want a rear. I think I want all the glass. They don't get fixed. Probably need front lights, hoods, and everything. But right, we need the trunk. And the left door we didn't have, did we? So I need a left door for sure. And I won't buy the others just in case we've got any. What did I buy? That's called the hood. Okay, well, guess it would be if it's covering the engine. In the tail lights. We need to do the license plates. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. We haven't got to take them off, but I need. I'm actually going to buy some license plates. Yeah. So, who drives Porsches? Well, it could be anybody. Let's go with Germany, shall we? The Germans. Gemini. And I'll get to, because usually it's front and back, but not always, but I'll get to anyway. It's, I'm going to just call this GT1. Nice and brief. Get that on. Right, what else do we need then? So we need the left door. We need the windows. Left side mirror. Left side fender, I don't think. Bumper I've got. Fender I don't have. Trunk we bought, that goes on there. Right side fender, no, so I need both fenders. Lights. Doesn't look like we've got any. Is there a number plate? Doesn't. Right door we don't have, so we probably don't have the wing mirrors either, so we'll get both of those. Both of the lights. And we need both the fenders, don't we? Pretty much everything. I thought I bought the right door, maybe not. Oh, we bought the left door. Right door. We've got the mirror. The glass. Right, is there... There's something here, I think. Rear window. Okay, let's have a look. Was there any other body stuff? 100, 100, 100, 100. No, we are done. We just got to do the seats and the steering wheel. Car's up to 290,000. Probably be able to sell this for just over 300. I always get a better price. Why won't this close? Right. So we'll take it off to the paint shop because we got some weird colours going on here. But before we do that, let's let's move it to the paint shop. Could go with silver, could go with white, could go with black. I don't know. Why am I struggling to get the door open? So that's its colour that it originally was. Let's have a little play around. What have we got? Has it got any liveries? No. Metallic. Let's go for... the chromes are usually over the top. Chameleons are quite nice. I think I'm just going to go for a metallic. I was thinking of like a dark blue, almost blue black. Quite nice. I mean, you can go for anything you want. I quite fancy. Now this is quite bright, so the car's always a bit darker than it is in the paint shop. So I think I'm going to go with that. We'll see. I thought that needed to go in. Highlights for some reason. Right, let's move this to the parking, garage spots, and we'll do the seats, and then we're done. Pressing E, I'm playing so many other games, it's like... See what I mean about the colour, so it's quite a bit darker out here than it is in the paint shop, but I think that looks quite nice. That brown on the inside. So, I don't think we've got seats. Front seat, front right, on the steering wheel. Let's just check what they want us to have. So they're actually, because this is DLC, they're actually called Carrera seats and steering wheel. Well, that'll be easy. So come out of this and go to the interior and just put in Carrera. There we go. So 2 of those and a steering wheel. And add those in. Beautiful. I'm sure where the oil cap, where's the oil cap in this thing? There's the oil dipstick. Can't even see an oil cap. What's up here? Okay, that'll do. That's nice. Once you've got oil in it, it will let you start the car if you want to. They do tend to all sound a bit the same. But, yeah. Very nice. You can take the cars for test drive, but in this, their driving in this game is terrible. It's pretty generic. I wouldn't recommend it beyond trying it. So let's have a look at the value of the car. The car is 304, and if I went to sell the car, I would get 365 because I get a bonus. So that is quite nice. Let's take some have I got a number plate option at the front? Doesn't look like we do. So let's get a photo mode, take some pictures. Usually like a side shot and a rear shot. Lovely. And that, people, is the Porsche Carrera GT Car Mechanic 2018. I enjoyed it. Certainly a very nice car. Let's look at that engine again. Very nice. Yours for the easy price of 365,000 quid. Just send the donation through to me and I will send you the car virtually, of course. Right, I've been Lone Gamer. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, if you did, leave a like and a comment and subscribe for more content, and I will do some more showcases of a few different cars. We've got some Bentleys to do and a couple cars, so I might do 4 or 5 special cars, as these are quite fun to do. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Take care.